folks, happy Mother's Day to everyone that is listening or watching this episode. And we have a special guest in our virtual studio today, Dr. Arundhati Govind Hoskeri, an esteemed educationist with 37 years of experience, and she has held leadership roles in reputable Cambridge International and IB World Schools for over 21 years, with a diverse educational background including MSc, MAD, MA, and PhD. She's trained in international curriculum, pedagogy, and leadership. Dr. Arundhati is a motivational speaker, trainer, journalist, and author of 14 books which are available worldwide, and a multilingual individual fluent in 10 languages, and her voice is recorded for the UNO Charter. And she is also a classical singer, a visual artist, a poetess, and is internationally recognized for her work. As a keynote speaker, panelist, and moderator, she contributes to national and international conferences. And Dr. Arundhati has received numerous awards and accolades on both national and international platforms and is a certified cybercrime intervention officer. So today we are going to cover an important topic, which is resilient mindset, and we will also cover a few aspects of motherhood and understand Dr. Arundhati's motherhood journey or journey as a mother. And before we get into the conversation, here's an exciting twist as always. Let us tickle our guest's brain. So Arundhati madam, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you are ready, let's dive in.
Okay, sure. I'm ready, Naveen.
All right. So here comes the first word, curiosity.
It's the mother of creativity.
Invention.
Outcome of thinking outside the box.
Future.
Very exciting when I live the moment in the present. The present moment has to be enjoyed.
Book.
It's a treasure trove of knowledge,
Movie.
I love two movies entirely. One is Gone with the Wind, where die-hard mentality of Scarlett O'Hara. Yeah, tomorrow is yet another day. And also, I love Pyasa of Guru Dutt. I'm a great fan of Guru Dutt as well.
Okay. Past.
Past is for learning lessons and reflection and patting your back also when you've done something good.
Universe.
Universe is abundance for me.
Leadership.
Leadership is dedication and leadership is more of action than position for me.
Role model.
I have many role models, but two of them I want to quote. One is Rabindranath Tagore and Shivram Karant. In fact, when I was 6 or 7 years old, I had a crush on Rabindranath Tagore and I wanted to get him married. I didn't know he was old man.
Aliens.
Alien, somebody whom I really want to meet.
Wish you all the best. I think the day is not too far.
Thank you. Thank you.
It comes the last one. Success.
Success is actually my internal happiness and internal satisfaction.
Amazing. And this is a great rapid fire round. And thank you for participating in this one. We have one more waiting towards the end. And before I welcome you to the show, I would like to welcome my audience. So folks, welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value to your life and also to your career. And folks, at the time of this recording, the Guiding Voice is the world's only quadrilingual podcast with over 600 plus episodes featuring guests from 70 plus countries. And we are listed in the global top 2.5%. And by the time it gets released, I wish we will be in the top 1%. And if you like this episode, I'm sure you love the content in other languages, Hindi, Kannada, and Telugu. And if you want to watch that content or listen to that content, you may search for TGV Telugu, TGV Hindi, or TGV Kannada. All right. So thank you so much for tuning into the Guiding Voice TGV. And Arundhati ma'am, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series. And thank you so much for being part of our journey. How are you doing today?
I am feeling great. And Naveen, thank you so much for inviting me on this channel. And I'm really delighted to be over here. I mean, the way you took the rapid fire round itself has set in a lot of boost into my energies. And I'm really very delighted.
Honored to have you here. And I would like to thank my friend Basha for connecting us both. And I believe in the universe, and universe always conspires to do great things. And that's how I'm able to connect with amazing people like you on this platform and share your wisdom with the rest of the world.
Thank you.
All right. So, on that note, let's begin with your success mantra. So, please talk to us about top three things that have contributed to your success so far.
If I have to talk only about three things, actually, first thing is the hard work. At whatever stage of life you are, at whatever level you are, whether it's personal, whether it is professional, or whether it is private, whatever kind of success you want in any sphere of life, success has no shortcut. You have to work hard to reach whatever you want. That is number one. Second thing is honesty. When we honesty and integrity, they connect, help us connect with ourselves and also with others, and it helps us take the responsibility for actions. Generally, when we talk of honesty, we only think of people accepting bribe and those who are not accepting bribe. We always associate it with money. No, it is not that. Even when you smile at a person, you be genuine and be honest, and when you say person I love you, be honest. When you say you like them, you be honest. So honesty is actually getting in touch with your own feelings and lot of reflection, and each day we have to challenge ourselves to be honest, then only it is possible. So that is another thing that has helped me. And the third factor is empathy. Empathy is the awareness of feelings and emotions of other people, and this is a key element rather for emotional intelligence. And my father was very well read. He was by profession, he was a criminal lawyer, but he was a Sanskrit scholar, English scholar, and Kannada scholar, and he spoke many languages, including Telugu, Konkani, Tamil, and all like that. All my intellectual growth has come from my father, I would say. He influenced me a lot during my, like childhood. He always quoted Thomas Gray in one of his poems, like, ode on a distant prospect of Eton College. So, those four lines have impacted my life to what an extent, Naveen. Like, to each his suffering, all are men. To each his sufferings, all are men, condemned alike to groan. Understand this, condemned alike to groan. Suffering or problems or whatever doesn't spare anybody, whether you're rich or poor, young or old, good or bad, never mind. If suffering has to come, it will come. Now look at the next two lines which tell everything about it. The tender for another's pain, the tender for another's pain, the unfeeling for his own. All of us suffer, and all of us cry for our own problems. All of us, feel overwhelmed for our problems. But the tender or the real genuine person is the one who feels for the entire others. Like, so that is why the things like, you only the wearer knows where the shoe pinches, or you put your feet in other shoes. Why all these things have come? So from this kind of wisdom. So for me, compassion and empathy literally mean a lot to me. That doesn't make me a very easily gullible administrator or a leader. I have been very firm where I had to be. I have attacked the problems. I have never attacked people. If you have a problem and if you're working for me, I have to correct you. Otherwise, the work will not go on. It's my role. We all are different, wearing different hats. But I will never attack a person. I have only attacked the problems that a person brings across. So I think that's my mantra of success.
Amazing. Salute to you. Great thoughts and so noble intentions as well. Thank you. All right. So, since it is a Mother's Day special episode, we would like to mix both the topics, resilience and motherhood. So, I'd like you to share about what your mother, or in what way your mother has inspired, and talk about your mother's motherhood.
Okay. See, my mother was very intelligent, but in those days, so how women were confined to home, and we are six children. I have three brothers and two sisters, so six of them she brought up. My mother, what I learned from my mother is the confidence. She would never sit and cry in the gravest of the moment. I have never seen her becoming weakling and crying. She would always find for a solution. She always kept the family together. Today, all six siblings of us, we are so close knit. We are emotionally there for each other. And for this, I thank only my mother. My father used to be very busy with his profession, his social life, and all that. But it's my mother who inspired me to take the things in its stride, to be honest and to be God fearing. I owe a lot to my mother, that I would say. She was very, very confident and a resilient individual who never got deterred by anything came across her way.
Nice to know that. And now let's shift the table. What's your role as a mother, and what do you think your kids are going to talk about your motherhood?
Okay. See, I have only one son,
Okay.
and I think I have really brought him up well. Today, he is working in a very good position. He is a software engineer with MBA, and like he is working in a very good position. But he's so honest. So I'm not trying to brag or anything. If he has to go to an airport, the company is paying money for that cab. And if he
Mhm.
is going along with a colleague, if the colleague pays, he doesn't claim that money. If both of them have to put the claim, he puts for 50%. That is the honesty I have put
Oh,
in my son. And that
wow.
is where he is a very popular leader. He is today in a leadership role. And he is really, he is a specialist in cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning.
Mhm.
But he says, no, mama, like whatever we have is enough, and I don't want to make money by unfair means. Not just that, he grooms a lot of people. See, children pick up from what we show. We don't have to sit and tell every day, no, no, you cannot talk, you don't speak a lie, don't do this, don't do that. It's not a moral lesson we are running in the house. Children imitate us. Children see what we are doing. Children see how we are struggling. Children see how we are facing the world, and that's what I think I have instilled in my son. And
Mhm.
he is a very good boy and good man now. I can't call him a boy, he'll get mad at me. he's, he's what we so I mean, but very honestly speaking, I'm very proud to be, my son's name is Tapan. I'm very proud to be Tapan's mother,
Wow.
that I would say.
So let's bring him on to the Guiding Voice podcast.
Yes, yes, sure, sure.
All
Tapan is a
right.
very, very sweet and a very sorted out child, I should say. I'm
Okay.
really proud to be his mother. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to know that. And let's now shift gears and talk about the core of today's conversation, which is about resilience.
Yeah, sure,
So, how do you
sure.
define
Yeah.
resilience in layman terms?
See, resilience in layman terms can be very easily, understood. Suppose we take a rubber ball and we try to squeeze it by applying pressure. So this we learn in physics lesson also, right? Distortion happens when we apply pressure. So the minute you release that pressure, the rubber ball doesn't sit and cry. If you want to personify rubber ball as a human, give a humanly quality, that rubber ball is hurt, and when you squeeze, it will experience pain, but it's not going to sit and cry, oh my god, like somebody is crushing me, somebody is pushing me. So the minute we release the pressure, it's all okay, you pushed me, you think you can make me cry? No, that is resilience. So it is the ability to bounce back after being squeezed or disrupted or dropped. That is called resilience. In
Wow.
life, actually what happens is, it is about making us being able to face challenges, setbacks or tough times, and not only recover from them and grow from each of these experiences. It makes us emerge stronger. That is resilience. It is like having inner strength that helps you to keep going and adapt and even thrive despite challenges, despite difficulties. That is resilience.
I love the metaphor of a rubber ball, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, let's talk about resilient mindset. What is resilient
Okay.
mindset all about?
Okay. See, resilient mindset means it under after understanding resilience. Now, what is resilience mindset? It is a way of thinking that helps you to bounce back from setbacks and difficulties and difficult situations. It actually involves being able to see the setbacks as temporary or solvable rather than permanent and insurmountable. Many a times what happens is, we don't look around the world. When we face with problem, we feel, why me? Why I have to do this? Why God is punishing me? Nobody is punishing you, boss. You are punishing yourself. Difficulties, as I told in the beginning only, they don't spare anybody, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're old, you're a man or woman, whatever your intelligence, you are not intelligent, suffering, and whatever the rules of the world, they apply to all. So it's only how we react that helps us. So it's about being flexible, adaptable, and maintaining a positive outlook despite obstacles is mindset.
Mhm. Got it. And how do you think mothers are displaying this resilient mindset from time to time, especially these days where they are managing work as well as life? In the sense they are working on par with men, and sometimes some of them are running huge businesses, multinational businesses as well. And I'm sure resilience has to be there, right, in terms of operating efficiently.
Yes. See, actually, motherhood is a nature's gift to women. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the way, like, a mother holds, lets the baby develop in her womb and then giving birth, and you are creating life. Though man's contribution is there, woman's contribution is much more in this. It's nothing less than a godly feeling. That's why that thing came. Oh, like, God cannot be everywhere, created mothers, and that is the truth. But again, in now modern girls and everybody is now career minded. I will not say girls, even I am career minded, otherwise I wouldn't be working. Even now I'm very actively working. There is nothing wrong in that. But we need to understand that motherhood is not a joke or just a passing phase, and a child is not a toy of entertainment for you. You have a bigger responsibility. Once you give to a child, how that child comes up, I mean, how that child turns out to be is entirely your responsibility. See, there are times, in spite of your best effort, children may go astray. That possibility is, like, something not in our hand. But
Yeah.
whatever is in our hand, we have to make sure that what really needs to be done needs to be done. So generally, I mean, I would like to say women are very resilient, if you see. It
Yeah.
may be because of the social conditioning. See, earlier during when I got married I got married very early in late 70s. My
Mm-hmm.
final year, first graduation, final year results were also not out, and I got married because
Mm-hmm.
I was madly in love with a man. I couldn't help it. 17, I fell in love, and after 19, I got married. That's my story. But what happens is, in those days, talking of divorce was also something a taboo. And
Yeah.
all our mothers and everything, what pep talk was given to the girls, you have to tolerate everything. Everything will work out well. See, if we were fortunate, we got very good guys and all. Otherwise, also, I have seen so many women struggling but still putting up the family to hold the children and family together. That is nothing but resilience. Now, if you're talking about work life balance and everything, my advice to girls is, see, wherever there is a will, there is a way.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you have to be fiercely work oriented, everything, but you should know how to switch off and switch on.
You're right.
Don't go to the office and, like a paranoid, you have kept a maid and you have on the mobile, you have all the CCTVs. So don't constantly keep on, like a helicoptering parent. Don't keep on looking at that and getting paranoid and not working properly, not done. After coming home, constantly being on the office call, bitching around the boss, or you whether solving a problem, that is not done. You should learn switch on and switch off the when you are in office. Trust the people whom you have kept the child with, and do your work properly, finish it efficiently within time. Working late hours after the office, I have never appreciated, I have never done it. You have to manage your time. Don't waste time when you have it, taking 45 minutes to 1 hour lunch and then slogging beyond office hours. That's foolishness. So
Yeah.
you have to manage your time. So many aspects come together. And but when you come back, when you are available to your child, be completely available. That is my thing. So then the stress level is less now, then obviously your life is easier, and you have to face the thing. Sometimes there may be sleepless nights because the kid is small, kid is unwell. So rather than getting overwhelmed and cursing yourself, oh my god, now how am I going to go and work this and that, don't get agitated. Reason out. The child doesn't know why he's behaving like that, or child doesn't have control over its health. So if you want to take a day off, you take a day off next day. Otherwise, you manage. See, actually, sometimes, when I'm working throughout and, day and night, I sleep hardly for 3 or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But before going to bed, I meditate, and those 4 hours are deep sleep are enough to keep other 20 hours of the day going. So that kind of resilience mothers can develop and girls can develop. So manage your work life, manage your thing. This will come only when you respect yourself, you respect your partner, respect your child. So basically, respecting and understanding and being compassionate, all these things, value systems come into
Mm-hmm.
play.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I loved all the examples that you have quoted here. Don't be like a helicopter mom trying to monitor your maid, right? I think these are all some realistic and practical advices, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate you for sharing those. And now let's again shift back to the resilience part. If somebody wants to develop a resilient mindset, right, how can we do that?
Okay. See, the very first thing, na, Naveen, we should learn to. If I ask you, Naveen, okay, now I will ask you a
Yeah,
question.
yeah, sure.
With whom are you talking the most in a day? Just reflect on today and whatever comes to your mind. Tell me.
Self,
Your wife, children, anybody,
self,
like,
self,
whom with.
self.
Very good, very good, very good. So actually, you know what? We have an internal dialogue, or that chatter, monkey chatter
Correct.
going on, constantly going on in our head.
Yeah.
And most of the time, just reflect and see, most of the time it is useless chat which has nothing to do with us, or sometimes it's a negative chat. That negativity may be about our own selves or about others also. So the first thing is we need to understand, you change your internal dialogue and reduce your negative thoughts and come up with a positive affirmation. See, today we all appreciate, oh, Naveen, you're so well dressed. I liked your color combination of today, the shirt and the coat. Very nice. We know how to compliment others. And
Right.
whenever anybody does something, oh, you did a good job. You know something, we have to learn to appreciate our own selves also. This I have been always going to my workplace really decked up and this thing. There are people who commented also, oh, she gets a lot of time, maybe husband is very good and cooperative, oh, she has got servants. That has nothing to do, boss. Many a times I used to take my breakfast in the car and I have put all my trinkets in the car. That's okay. If you want to do something, go well dressed and well, feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And I tell you now, in the day I was feeling little low, I always overdressed and went, so that when I, before leaving the house, I have the habit of standing in front of them. Wow, Arundhati, you're looking fabulous. I tell it to myself and go, and I really feel that, So that we need to do. Then the
Yeah.
second thing is accepting the change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do I mean by accepting the change? If there is anything permanent in this world, that is change.
Hmm.
Every moment, every moment, every second, every fraction of a second, we are changing, others are changing, the world around us is changing. As I'm talking to you, a lot of physiological changes, psychological changes are going on me. I may absorb something what you have told, you may absorb something I have told. So lot of changes in your personality, in your mindset, everything is going on. But many a times we refuse to accept change. That is what lands us in problem. So
Hmm.
first thing is understand change is a part of natural life, and embrace the change, and treat it as an opportunity for growth. It is not something to fear. Now, why I'm telling this much is it's not about a day-to-day changes like this. Suppose you change a job, you go to a next job. So there everything is strange, but you don't have to go with a closed mindset. Oh my God, now I don't know how my colleagues are, or anybody is going to talk about me. Or you may be in. You might have liked the girl, but now you broke up with her and you want to move on. Accept that also gracefully. Whatever life offers you, whatever change offers, treat it with a positive mindset. Then the third thing is problem solving skills. See, when we look at a problem constantly, oh my goodness, this has to come to me. One day I was conducting a webinar, and it was a session, face to face session. One gentleman asked me, but ma'am, I have been good to everybody and I keep on suffering. All the time I get lashes. So why should I suffer? Why God does this to me? I said, all right, you are facing challenges. So you think you are suffering. So you asked me a question, why God does this to me? Is it okay if God troubles others? Think
No.
about it. No, it is not okay. So don't blame God, don't blame the circumstances. Instead of that, reflect and where you're going wrong, mend your ways. The only thing what we can do is we can mend ourselves. So
Yeah.
learn problem solving skills, break up your problem into smaller chunks and then deal with it. It will be very easy.
Yeah.
Anything in life if you look at the entire mountain going for trek, I used to do a lot of trekking. So if you look at the mountain, oh my goodness, 14 miles up, how am I going to go? It is not possible. No, you think, okay, like how much time I have on hand. Suppose I have kept 7 to 8 hours. I am going to after every half an hour, I'm going to sit and relax and do some deep breathing and stretch myself and then proceed. You will be able to climb the mountain. And then the flexibility is very very important. All the time, if you get stuck to it, okay, whatever I'm saying is right because I'm knowledgeable, I know this, I know that. No, boss. There are so many things others are there. You have to mend your ways, you have to bend also sometimes. That is flexibility. And then the next is optimism. In life, whatever situation comes, you be optimistic. See, there is a saying, my dad always used to say, the darkest hour is the nearest dawn. All these things he would say when I would be writing the essays and all that, so all that I have ingrained. So there is always a silver lining in the cloud. Whatever be the worst circumstances, yes, God puts you to test, or nature puts you to test, or you put yourself to test, but don't lose that optimistic mentality. Then next thing is self care. Self care means it is not just about yourself or your mental this thing. You have to be physically fit, emotionally fit, and mentally fit. So nowadays, like, emotional gym they call, mental gym they call, and physical gym, of course, you have heard about it. So you have to keep all your activities, you have to relax, recharge, and, maintain your balance in your life. The last thing is you will have to seek some resilient role models. There are so many, world is filled with so many examples. You just think of the writer of Harry Potter, how she struggled, and there were so many people who refused her, but still she said, no, I'm going to make it. Today she's a multi-millionaire. So
Yeah.
this is resilient mindset. So never get deterred by what you're facing. So that is develop that. If you clone those role models, see, another thing I'll tell you, there is a beautiful. I can go on in this point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Please go ahead.
There is a beautiful, Tripadi by Sarvajna.
Hmm.
So in Kannada it is, I'll explain it. Kelavam ballavarinda kaltu kelavam shastrangalan nodutam, kelavam malpavarinda kandu kelavam sudnanadim nodutam, palavam palla samudravai harahara srichanna someshwara. It is so beautiful. He says, how do you acquire knowledge? How do you understand? He says, you can observe people doing, so learn something from them. People are around you are doing something, learn from them. And some of them you have to imbibe through shastras or through bookish knowledge also you have to do. So like this, when so many small rivulets combine, a river comes and then the river merges into sea, we get into the sea. That sea he calls as Nanasagara. How do you
Hmm.
do it? So our scriptures and our Vedas and everywhere they are filled with wisdom. Only thing is how we want to seek, how thirsty we are for that knowledge. So that is the thing. Yeah,
Wow.
thank you. I
Super.
hope I didn't go on and on.
No, no, this is great. And a while ago, you mentioned about negativity in the workplace. In the sense, people used to whine, saying that okay, she's lucky, her husband does everything and all, right? Likewise, many
Uh,
working mothers might come across certain things. So, how do you think working mothers can handle this kind of negativity in the workplace?
See, I'll tell you something. Negativity and positivity is again in our mind. People always want behave as per our their internal dialogues and as per their experiences. If they are unable to dress up properly and come for whatever reason, they may not be mentally tuned to that, or they may be getting sucked with the problems, or they may not have the resources, whatever may be the reason, they are bound to comment at you. It's okay. So why should you take everything seriously what others are telling? And also, I always tell this, Naveen, that in workplace there is no permanent friendship, there is no permanent enmity. This I have ingrained in me long years ago. I used to be overprotective, coming from a very pampered and overprotective background, and husband also I got like that only, who really wouldn't ask me anything or wouldn't hurt me in any way. So when I started working, I had to absorb a lot of things, and I used to sulk, I used to cry. But my husband helped me in building that resilient mindset. He said, nothing doing. Why do you bother? How are they going to matter? They said something and went, and you are still bringing them home. Please don't bring your colleagues home. This is what he told me one day. Don't bring them home. You have another life, that switching on, switching off also. He only taught me. Actually, what happens is, as I said, when do you identify your friends? Your friends in workplace, everything is transactional. As you are helpful to others, as long as you are not going in their way, as long as you are not. So I was telling, so as long as we are helpful to others, useful to others, they all are our friends. The minute we stop doing so, they may not exactly become your enemies, but they
Yeah.
don't bother for you. And
Mhm.
also, what happens is people talk as per their experience and as per their expectations. I am living life as per my expectation. What really convinces me, I don't have to bother about anybody else, whether it is about external appearance or internal appearance or the way whatever practices. See, for this again, whether it's a man or a woman, our value systems have to be strong. If our value systems are strong, then nobody can deter us. Nobody can, say anything to us. We are flooded with swarms of people who will talk anything, and flooded with lot of comments and opinions. That is their opinion. It need not affect you. It need not be your opinion.
Yeah.
And also, learn to excuse people. Don't even hold grudges against others. So, like, sometimes people ask me, my subordinates and my colleagues, all the time, you're so calm. Like, how do you manage that? And, somebody came and they didn't talk nicely to you, they don't behave well with you, but still you maintain your serenity. What is the secret? I said, see, morning and as soon as I get up and before going to bed, I do meditation, agreed. But
Mhm.
that mode of meditation has to continue throughout our day. I
Mhm.
told, I don't have to react. I don't react. I just respond. If somebody is behaving bad, I feel sorry for them. May God give them sadbuddhi. That is what I say, and forget about it. It is like an unaccepting gift. So, Naveen, you get something. I will not say a monetary gift or anything. You cooked a very nice dish and brought for me. But for some reason, I say, no, Naveen, thank you. I cannot eat. Maybe you got a non vegetarian. I am completely vegetarian. So I say, no, I can't have it. So you please. So what you will do? Arey yaar, like I spent so much time and energy and money and let me eat it. You will take it home. So all the negative comments, all the negative vibes, I treat them like, unaccepted gift. Please take it back. I don't require it. If you develop that mindset, then you have no negativity at workplace, and you don't have to sulk and don't give too much importance to what others say. As long as you know you are right, your value system is strong, you're not doing anything wrong. That's it.
Superb. Loved it. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
shifting gears and let's talk about goals. How does someone stay focused on their goals and succeed despite of challenges?
See, actually, every challenge is a stone to success. Okay, so this is I would like to say again, Thomas Alva Edison, who failed 10,000 times before inventing that one bulb, electric bulb, which revolutionized the world. He didn't know it's going to revolutionize. Somebody asked him so many times, "You're conducting experiment. What is this?" He said, "So what? I'm learning each time." No, so can you imagine the resilient mindset of Edison? Like 10,000 times. We want, today is instant zamana. Like, I have to have it instantly. Enroll my child for dancing classes. After 2 months, we'll ask, when are you going to bring her on stage? I'm very eager to see my child. Arey, what? Within 2 months, you want your child to perform. In earlier days, music and this, they could not perform till the Arangetram was done or till the guru said, ki, okay, you can go ahead. But that we don't have today. We want instant gratification. As soon as I post something on the Instagram or something, every 5 minutes you will check how many people have liked. Arey, you have given a good YouTube video, you have given Instagram post. Be happy with it. Check later. Like, it's not for others' entertainment. You felt good about it. That's it. I have my YouTube channel. I have posted hundreds of videos, but I never do this monitoring every day. How many people saw? I'm least interested. Like whoever likes it, genuinely liked it. Even if without liking, if it changes their life, my mission is done. That's how I treat. And then second thing is you have to be very, very mentally very strong so that nobody can shake you. That mental strength comes when you are calm, when there is clarity in thinking, and when you don't get clogged down by others' opinions. That comes with your mental clarity and mental agility. And then, the next thing is like if to reach the goal. Perseverance is the key. Never give up attitude. Like Edison or like J.K. Rowling, or the world is filled with so many examples. I'm forgetting the name of that one sports woman who is a female surfer. I'm just forgetting her name. She, in fact, when she was 13, she was attacked by a shark. Okay, their left arm was completely gone. She went through multiple surgeries. Parents were worried. Everybody was worried. The girl at 13, she said, "No, I'm going to go back." And she came back with, all after surgeries and everything. And she got medals in her surfing career. And she's the only woman to have reached that top. Maybe you can Google her name. Suddenly, her name is not
Bethany
coming
Hamilton.
to me.
Her name is
Ah,
Bethany
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Hamilton. Yes, Hamilton. And also, like, if I have to talk about my personal journey, I've faced a lot of jealousy and backstabbing in my career, especially in the initial years. I was determined to focus where I wanted to reach. I wanted to reach. In the initial years, when I knew, people, the superiors and everybody tried to clip my wings, and they would say, "Oh, she's too smart, and we have to control her." They wouldn't give me higher classes to teach. I said, "Hell with you! Teaching grade 9, 10, 11, 12 is not the only thing I'm looking at. I won't teach. It's okay." I invested my time in learning, Naveen. Instead of sitting and crying, "Oh my God, I'm only teaching 7 and 8. When are they going to give me?" Ultimately, a time came, they had to give, and they gave me. But it was like I was like that. I mean, in the cocoon, I was completely getting ready to be a butterfly.
Mhm.
So I learned a lot and I experimented a lot. Improved my qualification, and ultimately I emerged successful and reached where I was. And I am a very observant person. I would observe everything that is going on. But only one thing which I am not good at, because I didn't want to learn, is playing up games with others. I didn't require to do that. People did enough with me, but I didn't do. When I became a leader, I have been grooming a lot of people, and I have helped so many people. I have never harmed anybody. That I can accept very proudly. You can cross check with any of people who have worked with me. I have never harmed anybody, and I have really been conducive for their growth.
Superb. I loved it. And this has been fabulous and fantastic conversation. And it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement. So if you're ready, let's kick off the second rapid fire round.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, here comes the first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Wait, Naveen, because I write poems and all that, let me be a little poetic over here. So it would read like this: In nature's semblance, abundance unfolds. In
Mm.
nature's embrace, abundance unfurls. Sun, moon, water, earth in symphony whirls. Sun, moon, water, earth in symphony whirls. Connect with the world, find joy profound. We are all social beings. We can't live without that. Connect with the world, find joy profound. Happiness blossoms within where wonders abound. But ultimately, where I want to get the happiness, you will get it inside you. I, it was
Loved it. Simply amazing.
thank you.
Okay. So
Thank
if you were to swap your life with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
But you know something, I have never felt that need because I love myself. I'm very proud to be who I am. I'm very proud of my life, because every moment of pain, pleasure, struggles, and triumphs and successes, what life has given me, I treasure it. And if I have to relive my life entirely right from day one of my birth, I'm prepared to live it as Arundhati and nobody else.
Superb. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
I am determined.
Determined.
That
Okay.
determination quality is very, very fierce in me. That's why I could reach wherever I wanted.
Superb. And the two truths and one lie about you.
I'm brutally honest, and
Mhm.
I'm hardworking, and I belong to a royal family.
Spot on. Amazing. And here comes the next bullet. With whom you like to collaborate or work with if you ever get a chance?
You know something?
Uh-huh.
If I ever get a chance, and if God can roll back time, I would love to be on the team of scientists under the mentorship of Sri APJ Kalam.
Mm.
Abdul Kalam, sir, I revere him, I honor him. he's my hero actually. So
Mm.
brilliant, so honest, and so simple. And let me tell you, I had the fortune of meeting him twice in my lifetime. The first interaction was when he released his book Wings of Fire. That was on a very brief note. Second time when he came, it was just a month before he passed away, Naveen.
Oh.
But I had the fortune to meet him for more than 10 minutes. He had come for the launching of dialysis machines in Mumbai. And that time I gave him my book. And there was another Arundhati Bhattacharya was there also. She entered as I was conversing with sir. And so he said, she is Bengali. Are you Bengali? I said, no, sir, I am South Indian. Tamil தெரியுமா உனக்கு? I said, yes, sir, நான் பேசுறேன். It is not a big thing. A person of his stature,
Yeah.
making a person like me, I compared to him, I'm nothing. Making me so comfortable and so homely. Not just that one book I gave him about home remedies for common ailments. My book was published that time. And he took that in front of me. He told his secretary, ಇದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚಲ್ಲಿ ಪಡಪ್ಪ like immediately put it in attach. That is the humble nature of that human being, and he is my hero. I would like to be on his team.
Amazing. Fortunately, I also had a chance to meet him during my stint with GE, and wherein select
Oh.
people were asked to be gathered there, and I had an opportunity to hear directly from him and shake his hand, but not a personal interaction though. But I cherish that moment.
Naveen, there was something about his aura, something
Yeah.
you get magnetized with his aura and his simplicity.
True.
That's what I experienced. There
Yeah.
are very few people with whom I have developed that kind of feeling. I have met so many celebrities, so many famous people, lot
Yeah.
of them. And another such person was Shivram Karan.
Mm.
For his knowledge, I would salute him even till date. What a versatile personality he was.
Mhm.
So, all right.
Superb. All right. So that brings us to the last question from the rapid fire. If you were given a chance to invent an electronic gadget, which one would you like to invent? Or in case if you don't want to invent, which one would you like to see?
See, whether I want to invent or I would like to see, that is definitely a time machine which can project me into my past life and future life. Because that is a human quest. I want to know how the whole humanity came into existence and how we, learned so many things. See, 50 years back, 100 years back, if we said, oh, we are going to talk like this to people from different places in the world, people would laugh at us. But in our scriptures, that like there is a mirror on the wall, tell me who is the fairest of all. We thought, oh, it's this thing, but today it's the reality.
Yeah.
I'm able to connect with you virtually. So I want to see, I'm very fascinated and curious about how the whole human history has come up. And also I want to see what happened to what was I in the beginning and what am I going to be later. So I want a time machine, which should be both, rolling me back and forth.
Superb. Superb. I loved it. I loved it. And let's flip back to the mainstream. And here comes the last question. Is the resilient mindset a new age mantra? And how do we develop this mindset among children?
Okay. See, definitely resilience is not at all a new age mantra. Now it is gaining momentum because of lot of development in psychology and everything, and self-help books and everything. By the way, I am also authoring a book on resilient mindset, so it will be released soon. Within a week, I am going to release it. So earlier, if you take Bhagavad Gita, what is Bhagavad Gita teaching? I don't want to tell the whole story, but I'll just tell you two lines. Mein, what is the gist of Bhagavad Gita? There is this Prince Arjuna who has lost his kingdom and who is fighting for justice. And it is a Dharma Yuddha we call justice. He's fighting with his own cousins. He get depressed. I can't kill my uncle. I can't kill my cousin. How can I do this? How that time Krishna just gives an advice to him, and he says, you have to be equanimous. You have to be sthita prajna. So he asks, sthita prajna se ka bhasha? Samadhisyasya Keshava. He says, then Krishna very calmly, this Krishna is a high level of intellect. He says, Sukha dukkha same kritva, labha labho jaya jayo. Tato yuddhaya yujasya naivam papa mavapsesi. This comes in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. I think it is 38th shloka. So he says, a person who can be very calm and maintains the same equanimity or equilibrium of mind in spite of his sukha or dukkha, it means pains and pleasures, or jaya and ajaya means when you lose or when you gain. So then how come the result of battle going to be a sin for you? How can it affect you? So that is, he is teaching resilient mindset. Not just that, even in Shiva Sutras, I mean, Shiva Sutras are supposed to be revealed by God Shiva himself, and that was written by Abhinav Gupta. They say he discovered the boulders on which Shiva himself had written. That's how Shiva Sutras come in. So there is one of the Shiva Sutras, Manayeva Manushanam Karanam Bandha Mokshayoho. Now, what do you mean by this? Mana eva, only mind, is the cause of bondage as well as freedom. How beautiful it is. The difference between Krishna and Shiva is Krishna triggers your intellect and makes you think, and you have to discover your answers. Shiva is very simple. That's why you call him Bhola Shankar. Shiva gives you the technique. He tells one thing, he tells technique. So, Manayeva Manushanam Karanam Bandhamokshayoho. Then he says, Parvati, most of these Shiva sutras and Puranas, everything is in the dialogue with Parvati. Then Parvati asks him, how am I going to then free my mind? Then he gives techniques. Tuck, 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 tuck. All Vijnana Bhairava Tantra is about techniques. He gives you 108 techniques, and he doesn't insist that this is good, you do. How we do? We know one thing or two things. We say, Arey, pagal hai kya? Don't do that. You do this. We become great advisors. We never do that. Give options to people, let them pick and take their responsibility. That is what Shiva is. So, mind itself is the state. So, that is how we need to understand that by controlling the mind. Why all the philosophers of West and East or China, wherever, Buddhism, wherever you go, they talk on internal reflection, self actualization, self realization. Once you do that, then nothing in the world comes in your way. That is a resilient mindset. Now, if you want to talk about children, it is actually a very, very long. I mean, I can make an episodes together only on how to groom children into resilient mindset. But let me quickly give you three or 4 points here. The first thing is, don't try to be a helicopter parent. Don't stop hovering on everything they do. If you start telling your child as an intention, parents are having a very good mindset. No parent wants the child's personality to be harmed. But sometimes unknowingly we do that. So don't go on correcting the children, the way they sit, the way they do. Don't teach too many mannerisms also, especially when they are toddlers and all. Let them mess up, let them learn. You exhibit your mannerisms good so that your child is going to pick you. Messy child, when he sees you're sitting at a dinner table, you're spreading your thing, you're eating with the fork, and you're keeping it in the proper way, you're using dining manners. Your child may be messy in the beginning. By constant observation, he will learn. This applies everywhere. Even for, we tell the children, I want to put my child for art class. And then going there, and after that, child comes and says, he has drawn a mother's picture with a huge head and small this thing. And that is the imagination of a child. But immediately don't snap the child. Okay, what you're drawn? Is my head so big? I'm looking like an imbecile. No, 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 no. Erase it and make a small head. And make I don't wear sari always. Why are you putting sari on me? Make a nice t-shirt. Don't give instruction to younger children. Let it is their imagination. When the child made the huge head for you, maybe he thinks that you're very intelligent. It's not an imbecile's head. He holds you in a great position. Head is that's the pradhan anga of your body. So main important body part, so that the child's thing. So that is one thing. And secondly, honesty also, we have to teach children to be honest. It means a child should have the guts to come and tell you without any apprehension if he goes wrong anywhere in anything. Keep the transparency between them. Then only they will learn resilient mindset. Otherwise, children are highly manipulative. If you if you start scolding the child exactly knows. Even 8-year, 10-year, 12-year children, teens, so you forget about them. They know how to please you, what pleases you. They start telling lies. Then you are going on telling, speak the truth. Speak the truth is not going to help. So let there be transparency. Now, transparency means what? Am I going to keep up for every nonsense my child is? No. Yeah, as a parent, you have got to correct also. But there are ways of correcting. If a child comes and says, Mama, I broke your vase, I know it's an important one and glass one and it cost, your reaction should be, you are always so messy. I knew. You know how much I paid? I paid $300 for that. Now that is gone down the drain. Your $300 are not going to come back. So instead of that, how you should act, how I act as a mother. I first say, nothing happened to you. No, you didn't get hurt, right? It's all right. Next time, be careful. Glass things are kept to be very, you need to be very, very careful. It hurts me to lose that money. It's not that
Yeah.
I'm saying, okay, break kiya to break. It's not that way. But you should know how to handle. And then you talk down with your child. You know something, whenever you're drinking glass or anything glass, don't keep at the edge. Always be in the develop a habit of keeping in the center. This applies to adults also. I see so many adults also, they will drink from a glass and keep it on the edge without understanding, because nobody corrected them and guided them properly. So guide them properly, that will help them to develop mindset, and also let them explore the world freely. If a child of 2 years comes with suppose your specs case is there. My grandson used to do this. He would take this and try to press it and see whether the TV is going to work. It is not, don't think that he is dumb. Okay, he is doing. That is the way the child is experimenting. He very well knows that there is a TV remote which switches on TV, but this is the child's way of exploring. Does it? Then you ask, what happened? Then the child will say, no, the TV is not put, I'm not able to put on TV. Then you say, how can you do that? There are no buttons. This is not the thing. So you take other one. That is a learning curve. Parenthood is a lot, especially motherhood, is a lot of patience,
Yeah.
lot of being aware, and lot of understanding, and lot of grooming your child to what he becomes. That's what I could say. It's a very vast topic, actually.
No, we'll do one episode separately or probably drive a panel discussion on this one because I see
Sure,
a lot of
sure,
value addition
sure.
to the young parents out there or young mothers out there. And
Yes,
with that, it's
yes,
time for us to
yes.
conclude the episode. And before I say goodbye, please share with us how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice platform?
Oh my God, it has been really great and lively interaction. And I don't know how the time ended so fast. I was looking at more of it, more of it. This kind of feeling comes when you really connect, when our vibes match and when our intentions match. You are doing a fabulous job. And Naveen, I must confess and I must agree that you're an awesome host. God bless you. Come up with more and more such episodes with many more people, and let us make this world really a blessed place. Today, knowledge is empowerment and knowledge is
Yeah,
blessing.
yeah,
So knowledge spread. Every time I'm very, very excited whenever there is a sharing of knowledge with others.
absolutely.
Thank you for inviting me once again. I'm very happy to be on your platform.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for all the kind words and also all the blessings. And definitely, we would love to invite you again to the platform, not just for the podcast interviews,
Sure,
but also for panel discussions and many more. So, would like to
sure. It's
and
my
learn,
pleasure.
extract your knowledge. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All
I will
right.
be always there for you. Thanks.
All right. So, friends, that was our episode with Dr. Arundhati Hoskeri. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. In case if you haven't already subscribed to the Guiding Voice podcast, please subscribe from wherever you have tuned in from because subscribing keeps you updated on new episodes. And also, if you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, request you to share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like the Guiding Voice. So, spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. All right. Now, let's cruise into the trivia segment, having had amazing conversation with Dr. Arundhati on resilience and resilient mindset. I thought I would give you some background related to resilience. The modern psychological study of resilience began in the 1950s and 1960s with researchers like Norman Germesi, who studied children with mentally ill parents, and Emmy Werner, who conducted a longitudinal study of children in Hawaii, which is called as Kauai study. And these studies aim to understand why some children develop positively despite challenging conditions. And this research laid the groundwork for resilience science and emphasizing the importance of protective factors and adaptive mechanisms in overcoming adversity. So that's it from my side regarding resilience. But if you have any other interesting facts related to resilience, I would love to hear from you. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there. Or if you have found this episode on audio platforms or some social media platforms, you may comment there as well. So, folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being part of our awesome TGV family and also for tuning in again. We would love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback, topic recommendations, and guest speaker suggestions either through social media or you can also email us at theguidingvoiceforyou@gmail.com for as a digit 4 and U as letter U. And let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner. And my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life, but also your career. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest.